talking about time, taking our time for all the steps to create a correct tequila, a very good quality tequila, respecting the plant, the natural resource of the plant, and all the steps of elaborating the tequila. Now here we are in a place which has a lot of history of time, very, very old barrels from as late as 50 years or more.
Some of those could be between 40 and up to 50 years old. This is the cellar where we age Tequila Ocho. The main idea with Ocho always has been terroir, to show what the agave has to offer, and therefore that is the reason why we decided to use the most old, exhausted barrels, the ones that will not really provide with a lot of tannins, with a lot of color, with a lot of character from the oak, because we want to preserve as much as possible the agave flavor, comply with the law on the minimum times to be able to call them reposado, añejo, or extra añejo, but at the same time minimizing the influence of the oak, because in this particular case for Ocho, actually oak is not the important part. The important part is the agave. It has to remain that way.
Yes, exactly. So we have these barrels that have had many, many fillings of tequila after first American whiskey.
That's correct.
We just let them become more and more relaxed, more natural wood, old wood, and so we minimize the confusion or the influence of wood, oak, and this toasting and burning inside the wood, so that the agave essence, because Ocho was made to express the agave as strongly as we could.
And here we are at the final step of production, which is aging. And then after barely 8 weeks and 8 days for the reposado aging in these barrels, 1 year for the añejo, 3 years for the extra añejo, we will dump these barrels, take the tequila into our bottling facility. We will make just a very slight filtration, no chill filter, no activated charcoal, no nothing that can also kind of shape the flavors of the tequila.
Yes.
It is, again, leave this as intact, as pure as possible. Do not influence anything. We remove kind of solids with cellulose, and that's all we remove, nothing else. With so many years of use, they become very neutralized, but still you can tell the difference by tasting one barrel to another. And we have barrels that comes from different whiskey and bourbon distilleries in the United States. We have some even old Rip Van Winkle, so very, very old barrels.
Yes.
And each one also plays its part on adding a little bit of flavor, a little bit of color. If you see the colors of Ocho, they tend to be very pale because we didn't want it that much influence, but a little bit. The way I see it in my mind is Tequila Blanco is like going to the agave field and taking a picture of the agave plant by itself. It will tell you all about its ambience, the fertility, the soil, the surroundings, if the agave was mature, non-mature, what the agave had to provide. And then aging, as we do with the minimum influence of the oak, to me is like taking that picture and now putting a small frame of oak in order to be able to hang that picture on a wall and really enjoy it.